Well, little grandpa here again. I got another book, and I'm going to show off my shirt. My daughter bought me this shirt. It says I'm a Vietnam veteran, and today is Vietnam Veterans National Holiday, and it's Veterans Day for Vietnam veterans. And you never hear of it anyplace else. The news don't talk about it. Nobody talks about it, but Congress passed it a few years ago. So anyway, I think it's important to mention it. Anyway, Grandpa's a Vietnam veteran, and I'm also a Cold War veteran. I've got a plaque or a document right here on the wall that says that Certificate of Recognition, Chris M. Davies, in recognition of your service during the period of the Cold War. That's another one you never hear about. But anyway, that's just what today is. Vietnam Veterans Day. Anyway, the book I have to read today is The Biggest Nose. A friend of mine sings a song, and it's about a big nose. And I've always been told that I've got a big nose. Is it? I don't know. Anyway, here's about somebody who has the biggest nose. Here you go. The Biggest Nose. Story and pictures by Kathy Capel. "1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counted Eleanor, softly to herself. She was holding her breath and trying to keep from sneezing. It was a reading period and everyone was supposed to be quiet. 6, 7, 8, 9, continued Eleanor. And just as she was about to say 10, she sneezed. Everyone burst out laughing. It sounds like the school band tuning up, said Harold. And Eleanor is the trumpet, added Lizard. Doesn't her nose look just like a trumpet? No, said Betty. Her nose is too big to be a trumpet. It's more like a tuba. In fact, Eleanor has the biggest nose in the whole school. And they're all making fun of her nose, making her feel bad. I do not, said Eleanor. Oh, yeah, said Betty. Name someone whose nose is bigger. Eleanor thought for a minute. I know, my sister Hilda. She's an elephant too, and she's in the next grade, so I'm sure her nose is bigger. How do you know? Asked Betty. Have you ever measured it? Well, no, said Eleanor, but... You'd better know by tomorrow morning, said Betty, because we're going to do some measuring ourselves, and if you're wrong, you'll be sorry. Eleanor was worried. That afternoon, when Eleanor got home from school, she went straight up to Hilda's room. Hilda, she said, get a ruler and hurry. For what? Said Hilda. I want to measure your nose, Eleanor said. Are you crazy? Said Hilda. But she let Eleanor measure her nose. 12 inches plus 9 inches, that equals 21 inches, said Eleanor. Now you measure mine. Hilda measured Eleanor's nose. Let's see. It's exactly 23 inches. Are you sure? Asked Eleanor. Hilda measured again. Yes, it's 23 inches. It was true. Eleanor's nose was bigger than Hilda's. It must be the biggest nose in the whole school. It's not so terrible, said Hilda. Your nose is probably just growing faster than the rest of you. I wouldn't worry about it. Now leave me alone. I have homework to do. That's no help at all, said Eleanor. She ran to the bathroom and locked the door behind her. Dumb old elephant nose. I'll make this nose look smaller if it's the last thing I do. Looking in the mirror at her nose. And she looked her nose, and she took her nose and turned it up and down and over and under in every way possible. Then she tied her nose in a knot. It was shorter, but it looked very silly. It was better off before, said Eleanor. She tried to undo the knot, only it wouldn't come out. Oh dear, thought Eleanor, I can't let anybody see me like this. Please come out. Just then her sister knocked on the door. Come on, Eleanor, let me in. You've been in the bathroom long enough. There are other animals around here. Eleanor did not know what to do. She grabbed a towel and threw it over her head and nose. She opened the door. It's about time, said Hilda. I was washing my head, said Eleanor. You were you? And that's my towel you were using. Hilda pulled it away from Eleanor. Then she saw her nose. Eek, said Hilda. Look what you've done. You're so weird. Looks kind of funny with a knot in the nose. Mama, Mama, Hilda cried, running down the stairs. Eleanor has her nose all tied in a knot, and it looks really awful. What? Said her mother, and she ran up the stairs behind Hilda. My baby, screamed Eleanor's mother. What's all the commotion? Her father wanted to know. Then he saw Eleanor. We've got to do something, he cried. You hold her feet and I'll grab the knot. No 1, 2, 3, pull. Or now 1, 2, 3, pull. Grandpa needs to learn how to read better. But it was no use. If anything, the knot was tighter. It's much too swollen, said her mother. We need some ice to make it smaller. And they ran to the kitchen for some ice. Oh, that's cold, said Eleanor. Soon all the ice had melted, and still her nose was in a knot. We need to make it more slippery, said her father. Let's try peanut oil. He poured the oil all around the knot. Eleanor wiggled her nose, but they still couldn't get the knot untied. We may never get it out, said Hilda. She'll be this way for the rest of her life. Suddenly, Eleanor's nose began to tickle. She started to sneeze. Achoo! The knot came out. Wow, they're all happy. Looks like they're pouring peanut oil on the floor. Hooray, shouted Eleanor. I have my old nose back. She ran to the bathroom and looked in the mirror. It really was a nice nose after all. I don't know why I listened to Betty, said Eleanor. What does a hippopotamus know about elephants anyway? Just wait till I see her tomorrow. When Eleanor got to school the next morning, Betty, Harold, and Lizard were all waiting. It's about time the biggest nose in the whole school showed up, yelled Betty. Let's measure it. Just 1 minute, said Eleanor. I have something to say. She looked Betty straight in the eyes. I may have the biggest nose in the school, but I wonder who has the biggest mouth. Betty shut her mouth with a snap. Harold and Lizard started laughing. Or the biggest tail, said Eleanor, or the biggest feet. This shut everybody up. Now then, said Eleanor, who's going to do the measuring? No one said anything. It's like somebody colored on the pages here. The bell rang. Eleanor went straight to her desk and sat down. She was ready for a new day. Wow, oh Eleanor. Kind of embarrassed of her nose at first there and everything, and then she kind of realized that maybe her nose made her unique. She had something to be proud of, but everybody had something that was unique. I mean, the biggest nose, the biggest mouth, the biggest ears, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. You should be proud of what you have and any uniqueness about yourself. And it's important not to make fun of other people too. I think there was a little bit of a moral of the story in here and stuff. And used to be I won't get into that. But anyway, don't make fun of other people unless you have nothing to be made fun of yourself, which everybody does. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the story. I did. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Don't forget, Grandpa loves you. Bye.